This is Elliot Holman. We're doing Total Access, and right now we're hanging out with Anne-Marie. How are you?
Hey, good. I'm good.
I like having you on because I often arrive for interviews or someone comes into the studio and I've got like reams and reams of paper and facts, and I just like having a chat with you. Like,
No.
we don't need to prep because I feel like
chat.
years ago when you first came on the show, there were tracks that maybe a lot of people don't even realise were ever a thing before Ciao Adios, and now we've kind of gone back and we've played old Anne-Marie stuff and they're like, this is amazing. And I feel like we've just been on this journey with you to the point where now we're going to lose you very soon. It's already happened with Dua Lipa.
No.
We talked about this last week. You're just going to become... You're going to be out of reach. You're going to be too big for us.
No, I wouldn't do that.
So talk me through, I think the last time I saw you, as we were just saying, was maybe the Ed show in Manchester.
Yeah.
So you've done a couple of tours with Ed now.
Yes.
I mean...
I don't know how he's still going.
Yeah.
I don't know how he does it.
And I watched his documentary, which is on Apple Music, and like if anybody hasn't seen this, it's amazing. Like it's so cool. It's fascinating to see. But you must just feel like you've got a new bestie. Because you two look like you're having so much fun all the time.
Yeah, well, I think he was one of the first people I met when I got into the industry.
Yeah.
So we've known each other for so long that it's actually, I only see him when we're on tour together.
Yeah.
So it's actually nice to be on tour just to hang out. And I love him. And it's same like that documentary or film, whatever it is about him songwriting. I knew that he's a good songwriter, but when we got in the studio and did 2002 together, he was just like next level, and I was just like, whoa, you are really good.
Because you've obviously been in the studio with lots of different people, and we've talked in the past about the time with Marshmello, which you said was amazing.
Yeah.
But with Ed, you must go in, and obviously you guys know each other anyway, but it must just be like next level. Everything must just feel like it's like accelerated. You're just on another level.
Yeah, I think when you're comfortable in the studio, everything comes more easy anyway. So I knew that it was going to be fun, but I didn't know that he was that good. It was like I knew he was good, but he just had something to say about everything.
Yeah.
And I was like, sometimes when I'm like stuck on something, he just isn't stuck. There's just always an idea there, and I'm like, damn, I need that.
Because we had Ollie on the show a couple of weeks ago, and so he's got this track with Snoop Dogg, and as if that isn't crazy enough, it was written by Ed.
Yeah.
And he was telling me like, and Ed's still on the track. You can still hear him like in the background a little bit, and he just seems like he just doesn't stop. He's just writing and writing and writing and writing.
Yeah, like I write with this guy called Steve Mack, who I wrote most of the songs on my album with, and I introduced those two, and I went into the studio after they'd been in together just for a week, and I was like, what are all those songs on the wall? And he had like made a board. I was like, there was like 40 songs there, and they were like, oh yeah, Ed come in for a few days last week.
And one of them was Shape of You.
Yeah.
And the rest is history.
40 songs in less than a week.
Yeah.
The guy is crazy.
Yeah. And what's your, like, 'cause, I mean, you're not going to probably tell me, but you must deep down in your mind somewhere, you're thinking about album 2.
Yeah, of course.
You must be thinking, I need to get on that 40 songs a day level.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I've got a really short attention span. So when I'm writing a song, if it comes really quickly and like easily, then I go along with it.
Yeah.
But like, I think this might be a really bad mindset to have, but like when it gets hard, I just leave it.
Game over.
Yeah. But I feel like this album's going to be a really different writing process because the last one was just written everywhere that I could get space. So this one I'm able to get the people that I really loved working with on the first album and just like cram them all together, and it's going to be a really different writing process, but I know that I'm going to feel really comfortable with everyone, so I can't wait.
And you just said this album, which means it's the here and now for you, isn't
Yeah, it's coming.
We waited so long, it's no secret, we waited so long for the first one.
I know, I'm
especially
so sorry.
like somebody like me that was playing your really early stuff when I first started working on this show years and years and years ago. Everybody, like, the last time I spoke to you was the date that it came out. how do you feel now? It must be mission accomplished because it's just been incredible.
Yeah, you never know what to expect. Like, people might have their expectations, but I truly didn't know what was going to happen. And it was crazy going to all of the different countries on the Ed tour and being met by the label and get given a plaque about the album. I was like, no, every time it happened, I was like, no way. And I didn't expect that. So I'm just so happy.
And on that particular day that you were last on Total Access, and it was just felt like a moment because we'd spoken to you loads, and finally this album was out. And I said to you, we're obviously going to play 2002, but I said to you, pick a song, any song on the album that no one's played. I want to be the first person to play a track off the album. And you chose a song called Perfect to Me, which is now going to be your new single. So whenever you look back in history, first ever radio play. And so we've kind of done this. We've kind of talked about this track. But one thing that stuck in my mind that you said to me was that you'd been trying to write this track that kind of empowered people. You wanted to be, and I think your songs do that for a lot of people, but mainly for the wrong reasons when they look back at bad memories or whatever.
Yeah.
But you said you were trying and then you eventually got there. So tell me kind of in detail what the process was.
Well, I had songs like that when I had Pink and Christina Aguilera and all these women that were talking about, and they had amazing songs that made you feel really good. And I always wanted that for other people. And I was just like I was finding it hard to make a chorus out of like trying to love yourself for who you are. I thought, it's going to sound really cringe and it's just going to sound too preachy. And I went to the studio and I told the lady, I'd never worked with the people before that I was working with this day. And I just instantly clicked with them and I felt so comfortable. And I was like, I want to write a song about this. I don't know how to do it. And she just said, tell me everything that you're insecure about. So I just told her everything that I weren't happy with on my body or stuff that I wanted to improve. And she just wrote it all down and then that became the song. So it's like, it's really honest. And I feel like that's why it works for me, because my songwriting is so honest. I feel like it's just like a conversation.
Yeah.
And that's what that song is.
And so many people can relate to this because you're talking about things that you don't like on your body or whatever. But you'll upload an Instagram and there will just be thousands of comments. I'm sure you read them. Thousands of comments from people who are just in love with you and every interview. And I kind of feel like this song is the most Anne-Marie song, isn't it? It like there's so much of your personality. Like what we see you perform and we get your little giggles and this song is so you, I think.
Yeah, good.
And I can just relate to eating a lot of chocolate ice cream if nothing else. I know I'm a guy. I'm not kind of in this mindset, but chocolate ice cream all over it.
Yes.